It's a beautiful morning from the nation's capital, Abuja, and we're bringing you the news from African Free Press Television. My name is Leo Keta, and these are the stories we're tracking for you at this moment. The Taraba State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal on Saturday nullified the election of the state governor, Darius Ishaku, on the ground that he was not validly nominated and sponsored by his party, the People's Democratic Party, PDP. The tribunal, headed by Justice Musa Danladi Abubakar, ordered that the candidate of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Hajia Aisha Al-Hassan, who scored the second highest votes, be declared the winner of the election. It held that by overwhelming evidence, led by the petitioners APC and Al-Hassan, represented by Mahmoud Magaji, it was discovered that the PDP did not hold a valid primary as required by the Electoral Act. The PDP, however, have swiftly responded to the judgment of the tribunal in favor of the All Progressive Congress APC candidate Hajia Aisha Jumai Al-Hassan, saying it is another evidence of executive interference in the judiciary. The party said the reason by the tribunal for arriving at a bizarre decision is intriguing and further exposes the contradictions and double standards inherent in the most tribunal rulings against PDP interests recently. PDP National Publicity Secretary Chief Olisametu said in a statement on Saturday that the Taraba State Tribunal ruling again brings to the fore the organized plan by the President Muhammad Buhari-led APC federal government to deploy all unorthodox means to decimate the opposition. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari will officially inaugurate a new Federal Executive Council on Wednesday, November the 11th. The Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, confirmed this in a statement on Sunday. He said the ministers designate would take their oaths of office in the council chambers of the presidential villa before the commencement of the inaugural session of the council. The statement, however, added that the President Buhari would today at the presidential villa preside over the swearing-in of Professor Mahmoud Yakubu as chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) and 5 others as national commissioners of the INEC. The swearing-in of Professor Yakubu, Mrs. Amina Zakari, Mr. Solomon Adedeji Shoebi, Professor Antonia Okosi Simbine, Dr. Mohammed Mustafa Loki, and Baba Afo is scheduled for 11 o'clock this morning in the council chambers of the presidential villa. One of the Boko Haram members declared wanted by the Nigerian army, Chindo Bello, was nabbed at the Abuja airport yesterday trying to board an aero contractor plane heading for Lagos. Sources at the airport revealed that Bello almost beat all security points at the airport until someone recognized him and notified the authorities. He was promptly arrested. Confirming the arrest, a top security personnel who pleaded anonymity revealed that the suspect was first taken to the airport police command after his arrest, from where he was transferred to the Counterinsurgency and Intelligence Unit CIIU in Abuja, where he's been detained. And pro-Biafra activists yesterday took over the streets of Enugu in continuation of the demand for the release of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, as well as demanding urgent recognition of the sovereign state of Biafra. The demonstrators, numbering over 5,000, displayed Biafra flags and banners and chanted anti-federal government slogans, even as they condemned the continued detention of the IPOB leader. The Enugu protest was peaceful as demonstrators controlled traffic to ensure free flow of traffic, just as security agents kept close eyes on them to ensure the exercise did not degenerate or cause a breakdown of law and order. The protest, which started very early yesterday morning, attracted some residents who were attending church services within New Haven area of the capital city to join in the protest march. And meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police, Solomon Araze, has reacted to the development, saying enough is enough for the youths from the eastern parts of Nigeria parading themselves as promoters of Biafra. The IGP, who spoke to Channels Television earlier on Sunday, cautioned the youths against obstructing the peace of the land. His warning is coming against the backdrop of massive protests for the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra in Asaba, the Delta State's capital, Awka, the capital of Anambra State, and again in Enugu on Sunday. And now on the foreign scene, Rwandan President Paul Kagame has condemned the upsurge in violence in neighboring Burundi. People are being killed every day. Bodies are found on the streets. Leaders are spending time killing people, he said. On Saturday, 9 people were shot dead in a bar in the capital, Bujumbura. People began fleeing Bujumbura and other parts of Burundi before a government deadline on Saturday to hand in illegal firearms. President Pierre Nkurunziza warned that those who refuse to obey the order will be dealt with as enemies of the nation. And still on the foreign scene, 9 new prisons will open in England by 2020 as government says plans are underway to close Victorian jails and sell them for housing. About 10,000 inmates will be moved to the new institutions in an attempt to save an estimated £80 million a year. The move will form part of Chancellor George Osborne's spending review due on 25th November. The Treasury said it will make the country's prison system fit for purpose in the 21st century. And glaringly in sports, the Golden Eaglets of Nigeria early this morning at the Estadio Salucito Vina del Mar, Chile, cruised past Mali's Les Anguiones by 2 unreplied goals to emerge world champions for a record 5th time. A second half strikes from Victor Osimhen and Funcho Bangboye were all the Eaglets needed to successfully defend the title which they won 2 years ago in the United Arab Emirates. The Eaglets had before the final won the trophy a record 4 times, a feat that makes Nigeria the #1 soccer playing nation at the cadet level. Mali featured in the Chile tournament as African champions, having won the African Under-17 Nations Cup in Niamey, Niger Republic earlier this year. The nation's #1 citizen, President Muhammadu Buhari, had before the match called the Golden Eaglets via Skype and urged the team to do the country proud. Buhari, who was also full of praise for the players, commended them for their fighting spirit and determination to do the country proud out there in Chile. The president had reminded the Emmanuel Amunike tutored lads that they won the trophy for the first time 30 years ago when he was the nation's military ruler, insisting that they must reenact the historic feat now that he is on the saddle as civilian president. And that's the news for you on African Free Press Television as edited by Tasie Chiadikobi. Please endeavor to log on to our website for more stories at www.africanfreepress.com. Follow us on Twitter at African Free Press, like our Facebook page at africanfreepress.com, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at African Free Press. From me, Leo Ketan, and the whole team in the studio, it's a very good morning to you. Please do enjoy the rest of your day.